Hi, welcome back. It's Roxana. I wanted to make a video about motivation because this is so hard when you're studying sometimes. I know for me during studying, it's so hard to keep going, especially when you know you have so much left to do. So I wanted to make this video to encourage you and motivate you. My first tip for having motivation is to write out your goals. I have my note card, pink, for my reasons for becoming a CPA. My first reason is to be a licensed CPA, better opportunities for higher pay, accomplishing a goal of passing 4 exams. I think for me that's just such a huge accomplishment, and it just makes me feel so good about myself, makes me confident. Be an example for my future kiddos. I don't have any children now, but in the future I want them to have a good example of someone who was able to have goals and accomplish them. I also put "you can, with God nothing is impossible." So make sure to have your little note card, your sheet, or write it down somewhere where you can see it every day. I used my note card as a bookmark when I was studying for whatever section it was. So yes, definitely write down your goals. I think when you write them down and say them out loud, they become more real, and then you're more motivated to actually get through those goals because you have them set. My second and third tip would be to bring your friends along on this journey. Definitely share your experiences with them. Let them know where you're at. I mean, my friends have been so supportive. They always ask me how it's going and how I'm doing. And it's just so nice to be able to tell them, I've moved on, I'm going on to my next exam, I'm halfway through. Like, it really helps to talk to somebody about this journey, and you're not alone. Know that other people are also studying with you. This goes into my third tip: have a study group. I've mentioned this before, but it is really nice just to have people cheering you on and knowing that you're taking this exam. It really helps a lot. So yeah, definitely share your experience with friends, tip number 2, and then tip number 3 would be to have a study group. I found that when I studied with my friends, it really motivated me because when we'd get together and be studying together, I knew that the next week we would get together again, and I didn't want to be in the same spot that I was the week prior. So even if they didn't realize that they were my accountability, it really was. So it really helped me to keep going and have that accountability, even if they knew that I had it or not. My fourth tip is to set your exam date. I know I talked about this a little bit more in my scheduling video. If you haven't seen it, please go to my channel and check that one out. I talked a little bit about how to schedule your exam, but once you can schedule it, it's really motivating because you know that you have a deadline. And then there are also fees if you want to change your date. I'm not sure what those fees are, and it might change depending on where you are, but definitely having your exam on paper, like on a certain date, because I would write it in my planner, really motivates you and helps you to keep going. And then that goes into my fifth tip, to setting your goals and achieving those goals. So once you set your exam date, then you can set your goals and plan accordingly, and set your goals in the beginning of the week and do your best to finish them and achieve them by the end of the week. That way you're motivated to keep going and keep setting goals and make those goals achievable. I know when I first started studying, I was like, I'm gonna do 3 sections in 1 week. And for me, working, it wasn't very realistic. So definitely make sure to be making these goals easy and attainable, because you want to make sure that you're not bringing yourself down. I know sometimes when I wouldn't study, like I would skip a day of studying and I'd feel guilty, and then I wouldn't be able to get back on track, so I would skip 3 more days. So another tip I've talked about on my Instagram page is to do something. A little bit of progress adds up to a lot. So I know when I would skip like 3 days, it would be better for me to do 1 quiz per day. Then I can get through a section in those 3 days that I did nothing. So definitely make sure that you are hitting those goals, achieving those goals, and making them realistic. My last and final tip for you guys for motivation would be, seriously, take days off. I know. When I was doing FAR, I had to retake it, so I did it once and then I did it again, and I didn't take breaks. I would just take guilty days off, which led to multiple guilty days off, which sometimes led to a week off, which is not really helpful when you're trying to hit a goal, because I had already set my exam date. So definitely make sure to take rest days off. I take a rest day off every week on Sunday. I know sometimes people cannot take weekends off because you get the majority of your studying in since you're not working on those days. If you can't take a day off every week, give yourself a break and take 1 day off every 2 weeks and have it scheduled on your planner so you're looking forward to it. I found that when I would take a scheduled day off, then when I knew that it was coming, I would be working so hard to take that day off that I deserved because I was studying all week. So I really liked that. And also, when I took that day off, it was so nice. I did not feel guilty. I knew that I would get back on the horse and get back into studying the next day. So that also motivated me the day after my break because I took a whole day off. So I was in my mind, like, I wanted to keep going because I took that day off and I needed to get through so much material. So definitely plan your weeks accordingly. So those are my tips for you for motivation. If you have any other tips that motivate you, please leave it in the comments below. I know it's so helpful just to have a community and definitely be sharing your motivation ideas and what you do, or maybe what you've done, and tag me on Roxana's Way to CPA if you do post on Instagram. So thank you so much for watching. Please give my video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please leave in the comments anything else that you'd like to see. I do have more videos coming, so I'm really excited to film those and have those up for you guys as you're studying. Follow me on Instagram and tag me in all your posts so that way I can see all of you studying and so you know that you are not alone. There's a lot of us in this journey. We may not know who's in this journey, but just know that there's people with you and stay motivated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.
Who is it, Mimi?
I could stay on track, keep moving forward. These dogs. Okay, so where was I? Okay. No. Then you can pant. Ugh. Give yourself a break and take one day off every 2-day week to be able to what else do I have to say?